lecture we are going to discuss some question and its explanation related to functions. In the previous lecture we discussed 7 questions. This lecture is the continuation of the previous one. So first question, write the output of the following Python code. Here one function definition is given and 3 function calls are here. And one specialty of this function header is this is a function with default argument. Why? Because y is given as 20. That value is already defined in the function header. So where the program start? First it execute the function header. So it identifies it is a function. So it directly goes to the next top level statement. So here a equal to 200 and b equal to 30. After executing these two statements, the next statement is a equal to alter a comma b. This is a function call. So the value 200 is given to a and the value of b is 30. So 230 is passed to the function definition. Here in the function definition, y is already assigned 20, but here we are already passing the value. So the passed value is considered. So here x get the value 200 and y get the value 30. Okay. Then calculating x and y. What is x here? X star y. X star y, x equal to 200 and y equal to 30. So x star y is 6000. And what about the value of y? X mod y. Don't take x equal to 200 here. Here in the after executing this statement, x equal to x mod y. X mod y means here x value is changed to 6000. So 6000 mod y. 6000 mod 20. Don't take it as 200 mod 30. Here 6000 mod 30. So here the remainder is 0. So display print x star y. X value is 6000 and y value is 0. In between on operator 6000 star 0. Then return the value of x. The value of x is 6000. That is assigned in a. Then what happens? Executing the next statement a comma $b. A value is now changed to 6000 and b value is 30. So it displays like this $6000 Then next again function call. Here only one value is passing b. So the value of b is 30. That 30 is passed to x. And y value is again 20, no change. So again calculating x equal to x star y. So 30 into 20. So the value is 600. X value is 600. And y value is 600 mod 20. Don't take it as x value mod 30 mod 20. Here the x value is changed. So it is 600 mod 20. So the value is x star y 600 star 0. Again return the value of x. What is the value of x? 600. That value is stored in b. Displaying again $b. What is the value of a here? A already changed to 6000. Then $. What is the value of b? 600. Next again executing the next function called a equal to alter a. A equal to alter a. Only the value of a is passing. That value is again passed to x. So here what is the value of a passing? Not 200. Its value is 6000. Previously it is changed to 6000. So 6000 is passing and y values again 20. Okay. Then calculating x value equal to 6000 into 20. So you will get 1,20,000. And y value is 1,20,000 mod 20. So again it is 0. Print x comma star y. So x value is 12,000 and y value is 0. This value is display. Return the value of x. X value is 1,20,000. That is displaying $600. I think you will be clear about this question. The next question. Write the definition of the function reverse in Python to display the elements in reverse order such that each displayed element is twice of the original element of the list in the following manner. Okay, already for an example is given, a list of elements are given. What you have to do, you have to create a function. Already in question the name of function is given, so you have to use same name, reverse of x. X means the list of elements that we are passing. And what will be your output? Displaying the twice of the element in the reverse order. So here first element is 4, second is 8, 7, so on. But you have to display the twice of the element in the reverse order. So your output is 24, then 12, 10, likewise. So what you have to do is first create a list of elements. So same elements we are passing 4, 8, 7, 5, 6, 2 and 10. Then define the function. Function name is already given, so use the same function name, reverse of x. So how can you reverse a series of elements in a list? Already studied. Use the step value as -1. So from where we have to start? How many elements are there? Here 7 elements. So first you have to find the length of the list. So length of the list we can find out using length function, len of x, -1, comma -1 up to 0th index we have to iterate. So given the stopping value is -1 and step value is -1. Step value -1 means here it take the elements in reverse order, taking each element and find the double, print the element, that's all. Next question, write a user defined function to generate odd numbers between a and b. Already given including b. Write a user defined function to generate odd numbers. You know how to check a number is odd or not, we already studied. So just write a function here. The function name given is generate odd a comma b. So between a and b we have to generate the value. We can pass a and b as arguments. Already given, write a user defined function, that is why only function definition is given. For I in range a comma b plus 1. Why it is given b plus 1? Because we have need to include value b here. Then taking each value and divide by 2. If there is a remainder, then it is an odd number. So we are checking if I mod 2 not equal to 0. If it is, the condition is true, then display the value. Next question, find the output. Here on function definition is given, then one list is given, L equal to 1 2 3 6, function called. On hint is given immutable and mutable properties of past data objects. So L value is 1 2 3 6 and m equal to increment L. Increment is a function name, so the value 1 2 3 6 are passed through function call. We already studied the mutable properties of past data objects. So it is a list is mutable type. So both L and N are pointing to same memory location. Okay, so N also get the same value and both pointing to same memory location. Then what we are doing, N dot append 4 comma 3. Another one list is appending to N. So 1 2 3 comma 6 again changed it to 1 2 3 comma 6 comma 4 comma 3. This is another one list. That list is appending to N. Now return the value of N. What is the value returned here? Same value of N, that is 1 2 3 6 comma 4 3 is returned. That value is stored in M. One more thing, initially L and N are pointing to same memory location. Now we are changing or appending new values to the same variable N. Both L and N are changing. Okay, so L also pointing to the same location. So L value is also 1 2 3 6 4 comma 3. So M value we will get the same value as N. Then printing the value of L comma N. So now the value of L is what? 1 2 3 6 4 comma 3. That is why it is printed like this. Then comma m value is also the same, so it is repeated 2 times. The reason is list is mutable type, so it points to the same memory location. Next question. Write a definition of a method count fruits to find and display those fruits names in which there are equal to or more than 6 characters. You have to write one function with its function name as count the fruits. And what we have to do, we have to display the name of fruits where the number of characters is greater than or equal to 6. So initially assign one function, list. Here fruits is the name of the list, and define some already initialized with some names of fruits. Then write the function definition, count of fruits. Def count fruits. This is passing. Then how can you check how many characters in a particular fruit name? Here for iteration we are using for I in fruits. That means each time I get the value, first iteration the value of I is apple, second iteration the value of I is banana, third orange, fourth mango, fifth pineapple. Taking each one, check the length of each one. So length of I means first time it will take length of apple. Checking whether it is greater than or equal to 6. If it is greater than or equal than 6, then display the value. Similarly, the loop will iterate for all the elements in the list and display it. The next question, find the output. The question is lengthy but it will be very easy. Def make new. Make new is the name of the function. Here function called one value is passing student. Please check the letters. Some letters are lowercase and some letters are uppercase. So this value is passed to my string. And new string, another one variable, string variable is just initialized. Count value is set to 0. Then for I in my str, what it means? What the I represent here? What is my str? Student. So I value means each character in my str. First time the value of I is S, next time the value of I is T, then next U. Similarly each time it will take each character. So in the initial case, first iteration the value of I is S. Checking if count mod 2 not equal to 0. Actually in the initial case count equal to 0. So 0 mod 2 not equals to 0. The condition is false. 0 mod 2 means the answer is 0. So that is not equal to 0. 0 is equal to 0. So this condition is false. So it executes the else part. If I dot is lower. What is the use of is lower? Is lower is used to check whether that particular character is lowercase or not. So here I is small letter s, so it is lower. So it executes this statement, new str equal to new str plus I dot upper. So initially in the new str no values are there, plus I dot upper, that is changed to uppercase. So it is capital letter S. Okay. So now in our case, in this case new str is changed to capital letter S. Then count the value is incremented to 1. Initially it is 0, now it is changed to 1. Then again assigning new str equal to new str plus my str colon 1. What is new str? Now here capital letter S plus my str colon I 1. So my str value is student. Up to 1 means it will take only the first character. So again the value appending here is concatenating here is a small letter s. So now our new str is capital letter S and small letter s. Again going to next iteration. Now so we will get the answer up to s comma s. That is the value up to after first iteration in new str. Again in the next iteration the value of I is capital letter T. Again checking the condition 1 mod 2 not equal to 0. 1 mod 2 not equal to 0. So what we are doing? New str plus str of count. New str values capital S and small s, and then adding with str of count. What is the value of count here? 1. That is converting to string and concatenating. So SS1. Then after this else part not execute, then going to count. Count value is now incremented to count plus 1. So count value incremented to 2. And new str equal to, now in our new str SS1 is there, plus my str of column 1. Every my str of 1 represents the first character small letter s. Okay, so again it add s to the new str. So we will get the output up to this. Then again checking the next u. U is uppercase. Again checking the count. Count is now 2. 2 mod 2 not equal 0. So the condition is false. It goes to the else part. Is lower, the condition is wrong. So it goes to the else condition. New str plus I. Now the new str is SS1s plus I means, what is the I value now? U. So directly adding to this. Again count is incremented to 3 and new str is new str plus my str of 1. Again adding our first character. Likewise this will repeat till the last character in our argument, that is up to t. So you will get the output like this. I think you will be clear about this. Thank you.